I don't know what to do.
Ingredients are...
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel. But you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it. Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself? I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world a night.
Of course! The answer was staring me right in the face.
Yes, sir. Ah, forgive me. I had assumed you were here to bring me some miasmite, as we discussed. If that's not the case, you will have to excuse me. There's much to be done, and too few hands to do it.
I can't take it anymore.
Where's my dagger? My claws could use a trim.
Wait for the new equipment to come in.
'Tis so dull when there's nothing.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
I could use a little fun to brighten my day.
Always sets me to thinking, this place.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right. On the roads, despite the hour. You know where to find me.
I think I've earned a rest.
I've been here so long, I almost forgot why I came.
I don't know what to do.
I've just remembered. I've somewhere to be.
Name?
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the Gracious Hand, we provide whate'er treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
Lady Elena is willing to show us a...
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
The Arisen is capricious indeed. But don't despair. We shall count upon your guidance when the time comes.
My days are spent in solemn reflection.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Good day, sir.
Do not approach me.
I find such solace in prayer.
This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never expected this.
I must strive for a higher understanding.
Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us.
Let me be the one to collect it.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the Abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. You've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
What about this reeks of a plot? Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
That's just what I was thinking. I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
I like that.
Sometimes I wonder if
Isn't it about time we had ourselves a meal? Oh, what I wouldn't give for a bowl of hot stew. 'Twould be prudent to investigate the most suspicious place first, methinks. Shall we make for the basement sick room? I can guide you there if you wish.
the vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Our road was a long one, but here we are at last.
joy to been aiming something fierce of late. Wish I
Must
could
have
go
taken
on
a
an
wrong
adventure.
turn.
Will be as uneventful as today.
Gazing upon the sea makes me feel rather strange.
I see no reason to approach, lest we keep our distance.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks.
A few hours sleep. No respect for their team.
I wonder what movements the morrow has in store.
Surely no fate more wretched.
May the heavens protect me.
Isn't there anything to do round here?
I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Will we investigate?
I like that! Mayhap 'twould serve us well to track down the former patients mentioned in these records of treatment.
I knew it to be so. 'Twould be a wasted opportunity not to make our delivery while we're here.
A simple...
Oh, someone help me. Jahan? Bruno, where have you gone? Oh.
Medicine? Medicine! Now! Now! Now!
It seems we already possess what's required of us. It was an eventful journey, but we made it here all right.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. Do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well to bring this medicine to Sir Radcliffe, the doctor over in the rest town.
'Tis as you say.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Jahan and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
Isn't there anything to do round here?
Only through prayer can I further my
Might we not seek out the individuals to whom these records of treatment belong and question them about Lady Elena? Say no more, Master. I know just where to find this person and will guide you there post-haste.
Well, now, isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world of ours is best met with stiff drinks and cheery hearts, I say. Interested in my wares?
Elena. Ah, yes. The Abbess of the Gracious Hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the Abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. And he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
My fur's in a right state.
These writings could be of import.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phaesus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
Lord Phaesus. 'Tis a name of great import, of that I am certain.
Mystifying.
Can't complain, mate.
Still, what could clear my mind?
I ought to turn in for the night.
May have a noble.
Need anything?
Might we consider boarding an ox cart? I don't know about you, but my legs are stiff as boards.